Hey guys, Ron Cecil here, men's life coach, co-host of the podcast Cutting for Sign. On a recent episode 75 with Stephen Kuhn, Stephen had kind of surprised us and came on with his fiance after we had invited him on to talk about his book. And he said something and a little bit alarming, to be honest, and that was that he and his fiance decided to have a relationship where they told each other absolutely everything. Now, I think, why a guy would say that. And I'll tell you why I used to believe the same thing and why I don't believe in that at all anymore. So I don't have any judgment on why he does that. I think everyone has to decide on what their relationship needs. But it was a red flag for me personally. And here's why, because I think there's a lot of fantasy around what we believe a relationship should be to us in our life. I like the way Perel talks about the transition in a relationship from the we part of a relationship, right, where there was two autonomous people, turning into the me part of a relationship, right? Like that you don't know where one ends and where the other begins. And I think she means by that, or what I heard in that, and what I've seen in my own relationships, in my own life, as a partner and husband of 13 years and in long-term relationships before that, is that in relationship, we can have a tremendous amount of pressure on what it means, right, to be in partnership. We can think that this person needs to be my best friend. We can think that this person needs to be my lover. We can think that this person needs to be my business partner and the partner in my house, right? Like we run the house together, and my therapist, and they need to know all of my actual life and all of my inner life. And it begins to stack on and stack on. Number one, no person is meant to fulfill those roles for any one other person, right? And the more we stack on, the more we have to realize that the other parts, especially the big reasons why we get into relationship to begin with, right? I love this person witnessing me and I love witnessing them. I admire these things and qualities about them. I feel a certain kind of turn on various levels of that, physically, mentally, spiritually, when I'm around them. And then when we start to stack on these other roles and responsibilities of a relationship, or beyond extra relationship, right? Those things get pushed down. A really simple way to describe it is just codependency, right? I need this person to see me, hear me, feel me, to reflect on something on that I need. And if I don't get them to reflect that back to me, then I feel bad. And then it turns into another layer of codependency where if that person's in a bad mood, or if they're sad, or if they're going through something, then I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling sad. I don't feel secure in myself. We then develop attachment styles. You may have heard anxious attachment styles. Stay tuned for that. We're actually going to talk to an expert on that in early December. So Steve was on and he talked about that in his relationship, and he got off the episode, and my co-host and I, Daniel, just talked about I can't judge why they're in that part of the relationship. I've tried that. I actually did that early in my relationship, in my marriage now, not really conscious of it. I think it was a subtle message that I got from church and from probably a fantasy of what we believe intimacy means. It's that this person should know every detail of my life. What happened was, though, is the more we told each other the secrets of our life or the burdens of that we were going through, the more we realized how ill-equipped we were to actually deal with those burdens. I know for my wife and I, we've been through difficult things emotionally, mentally, and we need professionals to help us. It's enough to say, hey, I'm going through something really hard, some things about my life, but you don't need to know every detail about what's going through my mind. And it kind of came to a head for me and my wife once, some number of years ago. And I said this in a way, she was just, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I looked at her and I said to her very sweetly and lovingly, I said, you don't have to say to me every single thing that's going through your mind. every thought that's going through your mind. It doesn't have to come out. And I think she actually felt that she had to say those things because she had a need to feel, to be seen, to be honest. Those are good reasons, right? Like those are important things to feel. And I think there was actually a burden that was lifted on her end when I described that. And likewise, when I was trying to tell her all the things going on in my mind, all the things that I was struggling with, I would watch her brain like turn off, trying to deal with my own issues of identity or confidence or a lack of confidence or those kinds of things. And this was, 7, 8 years ago. She goes, you need some dudes in your life that you can talk about this stuff with. And I go, yeah, I do need those. And you're not one of them. So I want to ask you, like, where are you in your relationships? Or where are you in this area of your relationship? Do you feel like you have to share everything with your partner? Do you feel like you have a place that is safe and that is equipped to deal with whatever you are carrying in your life? Or does it tend to fall on your partner, or does your partner's stuff tend to fall on you? Or if you notice your partner's having a difficult time, do you try to take that burden on? And if you see them having a sour face, or if you see them struggling with something, do you jump in trying to solve that for them? I don't know what the answer is for you, but I'm sure as I was describing them, you probably had a couple scenarios come to mind pretty quickly. So I want to challenge you by saying a couple things. So number one is, you're not meant to fix your partner, and they are not meant to fix you. You're not meant to hear all the secrets of your partner, and they are not meant to hear all of your secrets. They are neither a priest nor a therapist. And if they are, they shouldn't be yours. Go get a new one so that you can remain happily married. Tell me about your experiences in the comments below. Take care, everybody.